a ridiculous question.
You mean it's a ridiculous question because you don't have an answer or because you don't believe in the afterlife?
No, it's a ridiculous question because I am not planning on dying. It's like asking Superman to stop being from space. He can't stop being from space, Katie. Space is who he is.
Hey now, don't diminish yourself. You're more than just a guy who's never gonna die.
Okay, I wasn't fishing, but thank you.
Okay, so then imagine somehow that you do die. What kind of ghost would you want to be?
Easy, Force Ghost.
Like a Jedi?
Solid choice.
No, you can't be a Force ghost. That's cheating. You'd have to be a Jedi for your whole life, and honestly, that ship's kind of sailed.
I've still got time. Okay, fine, I'd be a ghost cop.
Like a dead cop's ghost or a policer of ghosts.
Have you guys seen R.I.P.D?
This world's for the living, and R.I.P.D. is gonna keep it that way.
NOPD.
Okay, so Ryan Reynolds dies, and because he wasn't the most upstanding person in life, he gets the opportunity to work for the Rest in Peace department, where he just rounds up souls for heaven as a way to, like, clean his slate.
Like indentured servitude?
More like working off a debt.
So indentured servitude.
Yeah, like the Tooth Fairy.
Anyway, if you're in the R.I.P.D., you get to stay on Earth for at least another century, and you get to keep doing all the same stuff you would do when you were alive. Plus, you get to be an undercover ghost cop and chase down illegal ghosts with a ghost gun and other ghost toys. And a lot of props from Men in Black for some reason.
Can living people see you?
Yes, but you're in disguise, so you look like a supermodel or like a Girl Scout or beloved character actor James Hong.
Oh, yo, I have seen this. Isn't Kevin Bacon in it?
Yes.
Have you ever noticed that the presence of Kevin Bacon in a movie doesn't determine whether it's good or bad?
Wait, but at the end of that movie, Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds get put on suspension because they let a ghost drop his disguise and go rampaging through the public.
Yeah, so?
Well, the terms of the suspension are that if the higher powers that be decide to, they can fire Jeff and Ryan and completely erase them from existence. Also, all the guns they use shoot bullets that erase ghosts from existence, and all the bad guy ghosts have the same guns. So you're risking complete oblivion every time you go out on the job as a ghost cop. If you turn down the wrong blind alley and get shot, or just get a bad performance review.
I feel like you're being reductive to make me look foolish. But yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
Sorry, I'm late. You guys order without me?
See, I prefer Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
Ooh, good film.
Wait, you want to be a ghost from the saddest ghost movie ever made?
See, I don't find it sad. It's more bittersweet. I mean, it's the most hopeful ghosthood that exists in Hollywood. You get to hang out in spirit limbo. You get to meet interesting spirits. You get to help your loved ones through a tough time. Plus, you get to use your ghost powers to thwart danger, and then you get to go into heaven like Patrick Swayze roundhouse kick helicoptering into eternity.
Oh, so it's like freshman orientation, but for dead people.
Exactly! You get to make new friends to help lessen the blow of losing your loved ones, and you get to beat Tony Goldwyn's ass, and you get to kiss Demi Moore goodbye. Is it Demi Moore or Demi Mower?
I think more like Othello.
Anyway, there's no bureaucratic rule book. I mean, the only rule in Ghost is that if you're a bad guy, you get dragged into hell by some shadow goblins, and frankly, you already kind of rolled those dice when you were alive.
I do love to roll dice. I think I brought some, actually.
Why do you have dice?
They streamline every decision-making process.
Wait a second, so your preferred version of the afterlife is just some esoteric waiting room where you and a bunch of dead strangers are powerlessly watching your loved ones forget about you until you accidentally save them from some tragedy.
Well, I feel like you're being a little reductive to make me look foolish, but yeah.
Ha-ha! Found them.
Great. Do you think you could roll them under the feet of our waitress when she comes back to force her to stop and take my order?
See, I want to be the kind of ghost that gives her loved ones closure to move on, not selfishly clinging to this mortal realm disguised as James Hong, who is still alive, by the way.
Okay, so you help them move on, but then what? They get into heaven after living another 30 years, basically a whole lifetime without you? I mean, would they even want to see you, or would it just be horribly painful for everyone? Ooh, would they even remember you?
I know, right? It's like that song Eric Clapton wrote about his dead kid. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that out of line? I used the dice.
No, it was on topic. It's just sad.
Well, any spirited discussion of the afterlife would be amiss without a mention of the Ghostbusters anyway.
Ghostbusters.
Hey, anybody see a ghost?
They catch the ghost that won't stay dead.
That's the kind of ghost I want to
You want
be.
to be a ghost from Ghostbusters? Do you want to be the ghost of a Ghostbuster? I want to just Postmates Dave and Buster's. F this.
Think about it. You can eat whatever you want. You never have to sleep. You can fly. It's awesome. You could read a bunch of books.
Hello.
No, better. You could go to the movies for free, probably. You could wreck a bunch of shit, commandeer public transport without a license. I mean, you basically do whatever we would do to kill time anyway, except you never have to sleep and you never die again. I mean, you'd have to die the first time. When you become a ghost, you died, so.
Yeah, but you don't get to have any meaningful interactions with people. I mean, you're just stuck on Earth, goofing off by yourself forever.
That ghost bejay was deeply meaningful.
Plus, you end up looking like a terrifying mutant version of yourself. Like one of those awful caricatures they charge way too much money for at amusement parks. God, I got burned.
And what about Casper?
The friendly ghost?
Friendliest ghost you know? He looks like a mutant.
Well, Casper explicitly takes place in the same universe as Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, Dan Aykroyd shows up as Dr. Raymond Stantz with a mustache.
And in Casper, all the ghosts in the world can communicate with each other on like a secret ghost channel. So I could just make a bunch of ghost pals if I want.
Yeah, but he does carry on a weird relationship bordering on felonious obsession with Christina Ricci.
That's right, he does have like a weird sexual interest in Christina Ricci. And we find out from a throwaway joke in the movie that ghosts have penises.
Who's got that pointy head, Mike?
That's not my head.
So, ghosts could ostensibly have sex?
Ghost bejay.
Ooh! And Casper's uncles hang out doing regular human stuff all the time. I mean, they go to the racetrack, they take Bill Pullman to a bar, they spend barely any time at the house that they are supposed to be haunting.
Starting to sound pretty sweet. Am I right?
Yeah, but the ghosts are still vulnerable to physics. You can get launched across the room with a toilet plunger or sucked into a vacuum. Christina Ricci carries around a dustbuster, and it's enough to convince Casper's uncles to stop screwing with her.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even really need Ghostbusters. Just Joe and Jane homeowner could exercise a restless spirit with a home appliance.
Boover vacuums. Boo, is that?
But not if you're their friend, though. They're not gonna ghost dust bust their friend.
Yeah, but Casper is not a good friend. He makes things awkward and weird for Christina Ricci all the time. And we find out at the end that he had been haunting his grieving father for so long that he literally drove the man insane.
So, just because Casper sucks at it doesn't mean I will. I would be a great ghost pal. None of us are nodding.
Okay, so we agree that no ghost situation is ideal, but maybe Casper wins?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in Casper you get the most freedom to interact with the living and the dead. You can come and go as you please. There doesn't seem to be any governing board to banish you into non-existence, and you just gotta look out for dustbusters.
Dead kids all day!
Jesus. What is with you and dead kids tonight?
Casper's a dead kid. Look it up.
Look at her. I mean, she definitely sees me, right? I mean, I don't want to be rude and scream, but is it ruder to snap? That's definitely worse, right? Do I clap?
You think somebody should call Daniel? I mean, I think it's a little weird that he wasn't here an hour early to reserve our table.
What?
I'm gonna counterman the dice and say no.
I've been texting him, but he's not responding. I just assumed he's driving here.
Oh, I see what's going on. You guys are Shyamalaning me because we've been talking about ghosts for the past 10 minutes. I gotcha. Son of a bitch, I'm dead, aren't I?
That means the answer would have something to do with Spider-Man, right?
Yes, of course it would,
Didn't
but...
Uncle Ben come back as a ghost?
No, what? No.
No, he came back as Martin Sheen.
Who's Martin Sheen?
What?
How funny would it be if Dan died on the way here?
I'm remembering how I died now.
And that's why he's not here? Like, what if he got in a car crash?
There was a little girl on the road, and she was gonna get hit by
That
a
is
car.
hilarious.
And then-
It would be like super
Unrelated, a guy just
know,
stabbed
right?
me.
And
I
you
was
just, like-
nowhere. I wasn't gonna help that girl. Hit the big C in the middle to subscribe. Click any of the videos to the my left to watch those videos. Click the dumb YouTube bell to get notifications. Soren, you want to know some surprising people who are also in Casper? Crypt Keeper, Clint Eastwood, Father Sarducci, Eric Idle, if you could believe that much.
Let me answer.
Okay.
Yes, please.